Everyone started this with DME.
Yeah.
Dear future self, I really know if you remember this, but when you were 11 on the 10th of May 2022, you wrote this letter for yourself.
Dear Caroline, I hope one day you will see all that you've achieved, that you will stand and say with enlightened conviction, I'm good enough, I'm good enough, I am good enough, because you are.
I tell you about my future self. Gonna tell you about my future self. Gonna tell you about my future self.
I hope you still keep helping. I hope you've kept Sammy your teddy owl. I hope you became a sailor and found some very good booty.
I'd like to live long with Margaret and die oblong.
Hey, you old bass. You still dodging the Grim Reaper? Grace, it means you never gave up. I bet you're feeling quite ancient now. Just remember though, that as each new decade dawned, you felt old. But as you look back, you realise that you felt old 10 years before, and really you weren't.
I wake up every morning imagining I am still 16, a common trait amongst older folk.
Have I changed much? Creakier, maybe a bit grumpier, but essentially the same, I hope. I'll still want the same things. Time for myself, a creative practice, a good cup of coffee, a swim in the sea, as much time as possible with my family and friends. I will, of course, have entirely mastered Final Cut Pro, or whatever not even imaginable editing package I am now swearing at. As long as I can still work on my writing and filmmaking, all will be well in my world.
Socializing with others is something very fantastic. I believe that life without others hasn't got any taste. I believe that Africa is a future of fashion. I want to see a long queue in front of my shop.
Dear future me, I hope that you are a fashion designer that lives in Paris and has lots of designer bags.
Dear future me, I hope you own a very good business and live somewhere nice in London.
Dark night skies with shimmering stars take all your worries away to the beautiful moon. Love, Daisy.
Dear me, I wish to be a famous YouTuber and earn lots of money so I can buy lots of cars.
Do you want to be an astronaut?
No.
Do you want to be a builder?
No.
Do you want to be a pilot?
No. I want to be an artist.
Do you? Why?
Don't say what I mean. Jasper.
And who's Jasper?
Artist. Mum.
Are you an artist?
I drifted along and didn't go to university till I was 33, which meant I didn't enter my teaching profession, which I loved. And I would recommend that all young people make the most of the opportunities they have. They all have gifts to give. Do something with your life.
I hope that you haven't forgotten our dreams and accomplishments we have worked hard for. If this is achieved, I will surely make my day.
I'm so excited because I hope you got into Central St Martin's or London College of Art.
I hope that our comic book company took off.
When I grow up, I would like to be a businessman. Maybe when some scientist comes up with new products, I can have my own company and sell them.
I would like to be a scientist because I find science fascinating. There are lots of areas where I can study science and perfect it.
Can you finally do a ballet class on the bar without pulling a muscle or snapping a tendon? I hope that you can take this dream somewhere. Love from Oliver, aka you.
I hope that you learned how to do things that you wouldn't try as I'm reading this. Maybe you learn how to crochet and maybe how to read faster, and just maybe you'll love reading as much as you do now.
I hope that you get better and better at violin and you can play on the stage.
That story that you've been writing for the last 15 years, get it finished.
Okay, so one of your short stories was included in this anthology. You see, you need to keep writing. Relax, breathe, send, submit stories, keep writing, write that novel you need to write. For 100 rejections, you will have one that is accepted, and then fiction like today will create your reality.
I have written poetry and children's stories in my life, and despite not having them published, I am still proud of them, and I would love to just get some of them published. Oh God, no, I've got to really try to, haven't I?
I'm going to write the book I've always wanted to write. I'm going to learn to play the piano, and I'm going to Cape Cod. So get on and do it, girl.
This is a drawing of my cat, and I hope my picture will get better in the future, and then we'll do it, practice more.
Keep writing if you write, keep drawing if you draw, and keep it flowing.
I hope you have not stopped singing or writing, because you are good. I wonder if your book is published yet. My book is The Adventures of Sherbet and the Baby Elephant, and I wrote this when I was 9, and I wrote it for my little sister Matilda. And I'm really happy because the nursery at my old primary school is actually reading this book to all of the little boys and girls, which makes me feel really proud and really happy.
For those who already know, I am an art student, so my future self will probably have a piece of my art shown in here somewhere in the future, so that's my
exhibitions!
Boom!
Never know.
Never know. Yes, they dream big, don't they?
In Christ alone, my hope is found. He is my light, my strength, my song. In the future, I'd like to be a great musician and to release my album.
My hope is to become an evangelist, to travel all around the world, doing so for Christ, and care for people, see them become happy.
I hope that you have traveled around the world, exploring places and discovering cultures. I hope that you have helped out the family and took care of them.
Don't forget you wanted to study about the fascinating human brain and how it functions.
You've got to get cracking on more, because you're an actress as well. Don't forget that. You've done that before. And there's lots of other things. You can play the ukulele and you can dance when your knee's good. So the future's great. I can't wait to get going on it.
Twinkle, twinkle, you're a star. Starting life you will go far. Off into the world to try. Chasing dreams, just fly and fly. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Then you know just who you are.
My hope is to keep developing new interests. So I think the banjo is next. I bought a banjo, so I'm learning to play that now. So it's important to keep moving on.
Have an endless curiosity, that's what keeps me going.
Shine all over Jamie. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I think I'd like to see my sister that's over in Australia. And she's been there since the 1960s.
I've been with Margaret now for about 10 years?
About 6.
6 years, about 6 years.
Just seems
And I'd like to think I was with her another 10 years, because me and Margaret are very happy now.
I hope, lad, 10 years from now, all your family are still around you, still smiling, still nagging.
One of my ambitions is to become distinctly more intolerant. I hope you have achieved this. I'm ready to like you.
Oh, I think we all
think.
Tolerant or
intolerant?
Oh, yeah.
Not taking now we're going to us eating the biscuit. That's a bit sneaky.
Yourself. I've thoroughly enjoyed coming to our knitting group because we've had such a laugh. We help each other out. We've made lifelong friends, really. And one of my main ambitions is to keep on finishing the things I start, because we've got loads of projects. You get so far through, find something new, start again. So I suppose my main aim is to finish everything I've started.
I'm learning something and making something, and I hope that I expand on that skill, like doing knit, like going from like crocheting to knitting. Your hobbies and doing something for yourself is more important than anything in the world.
I enjoy coming and working with friends, just having a chat and doing little bits and pieces of handicrafts. That's what I would like to do, just keep going the way I am and look forward to a long, happy life.
I started this Rainbow Corner Knit and Crochet group 12 years ago. It's all about these people. Just love people, love talking to people from all walks of life. It's been lovely, so we just hope that there's more of that in the future.
I've now got 2 small grandchildren. I'm finding that they're wearing me out, so I'm going to keep running and keep happy and hopefully live a long and healthy life to see them grow up.
I think I should cherish my friends. I think I should buy flowers for everybody.
What you do, it's the way that you do it. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. And that's what gets results.
I like this one, doors opening even just a crack. It doesn't take much to make you feel like there's hope.
It doesn't have to be sort of flung open, and this is in all the idea, this whole idea of, oh, I'm all hopeful and everything now. But just that sort of little bit of light that's coming through, and light in general is just very important. There is a crack in everything.
Yeah,
That's how the
light gets in. That's it, yeah.
Hold on to hope and try and do actions to bring that hope into reality.
I hope you sincerely have the wish that, however possible, you could come back to your younger self to tell her that everything going forward will be okay. But don't worry, because in place of that, I'm hoping that the woman reading this is safe, beautiful and happy. Love, Sarah.
I think that hope's like in us all, and that you've got to like nurture it as part of like self-care and self-compassion. You've got to like build your hope. I hope to practice more self-compassion, to work with what I have. I am enough. Open that doorway to the blue sky within.
I love animals and I would like to go to college and then university to study animals. I would like people to volunteer help cleaning the oceans.
I hope climate change will get better and we'll help the turtles and dolphins and sharks.
I hope that I continue to plant trees, and I see the trees that I planted recently growing up and giving habitat, shelter and shade and fruit and food and sustenance to everyone in the environment. And I hope that I will continue to contribute positively to the world around me.
Пожалуйста, остановите войну в Украине. Хочу, чтобы все было там хорошо. Я ее люблю. Please can Ukraine have peace?
When you look at bereavement and grief, it's very, very difficult at the very beginning, and then people work through stages of grief, like the Kubler-Ross stages, and sometimes come to resolution, but it's very, very hard in the beginning, and we're able to share what they're feeling at that time. I particularly want to do a scrapbook related to the cemetery and all the things that we've done over the years, and then we can look back, or if other people take up the challenge when we are no longer able to do it, and then they can see the progress that we've made. I think a message to the future, to myself, I would hope to be healthy and happy and involved.
Going back 22 years, I had an immune disease attack my body, and my daughter was expecting my grandson, and I didn't think I'd even see him. And when he started uni, I actually went, when he was looking at unis, with him to the different unis that he'd been offered for. And I never thought that would happen. And in a few weeks' time, I'm going to Liverpool to watch him get his degree. He got a first-class honours in maths.
The nice thing about Stockton Library is they've got a family history room, and you can go there any time you like, and if you're stuck you can get help, or you see old bodgers like me, and we always like to help other people there. So what I'd like to see developing in the future, us genealogy, is the opportunity just to do more and more research. Because learning about your family and your family history is an amazing journey.
I hope they remember how much I enjoyed playing, how enthusiastically I joined in, how delighted in being silly, how much joy I got from being allowed to join in.
I lost my wife with cancer, and horrible. Margaret lost her husband with cancer, and then we got to know each other, and it was just lovely. Love at first glance.
And he asked me if I'd be his friend, and I said, well, all right, but no hanky.
So
10 years, we hope we're still together, aren't we?
yes,
Well, when you lose your partner almost 60 years, I was married for almost 60 years, and you think your life's finished, you're just going to sit in there with
that's right.
a chair or go shopping on your own, and I've made all these friends, and Terry as well, he's a bonus.
That's right.
I'd like to learn to dance the tango in Argentina.
I would like to take Chris to Argentina to learn the tango.
Romance pudding!
And who's going to pay? Chris.
No.
Who's there?
Annie!
Annie who?
Anything you can do, I can do better!
Why is the sea wet? Because the seaweed. Get it? Seaweed.
I hope you keep on making people laugh.
Keep laughing, it keeps you going, and it's just fantastic to have a good laugh with friends and always be able to laugh at yourself, because, well, I have to because I'm stupid.
That's living life well.
Call me winter. We've been through a very difficult time, and where we've not been able to get out and see people and meet people and make things and get creative. We've had to do it all behind closed doors, and I'm really looking forward to bursting out and redoing all those gorgeous things that we get to do together.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
There's beauty in simplicity, and there's beauty everywhere, and my hope is that you keep acknowledging it and you use that as a stimulus to create magic.
I never thought, certainly when I was in my mid-30s or early 40s, that I'd ever see 70, and I'm way over 70 now. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm living my future, and I am free enough now to do exactly as I wish.
Enjoy today, and I'm going to enjoy tomorrow.
Well, I've had a very happy past life, and all I want is for it to continue, basically. Everything I've done I've been happy with, and if that can continue for another few years, 20 years, I'll be 100.
Do all the good you can to all the people you can, by any means you can. Love the people around you. Thank God for each one.
I would love to hear that you have helped many people as we can, who I need as we hoped for.
Always remember that you made a difference. Though it may have seemed a small thing at the time, you should remember that your support was appreciated and it helped someone deal with everything that life threw at them. The smallest kindness can make the greatest effect on someone's life.
I once wrote a letter to my future self that was all about goals and achievements, but I think this one should be more about lifestyle and mindset. I expect you will be feeling the pressure of time, worrying about having enough years left to do everything. My advice would be, think more about what you want to do and less about what you ought to do. You might be surprised how similar they are. I hope you're still saying yes to challenges, being kind to others, and being kind to yourself.
I hope that your life becomes more enriching as you grow older, and that nothing stands in your way.
I hope you stay messy, wild and free.
Just get the most out of every day that you can.
Stay doggedly persistent.
You'll get there in the end.
A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
If you're good at something, keep dreaming till you get there.
If you have found something that you're good at, your journey begins right here. So keep chasing them.
Remember, whatever you choose to do in life, do what makes you happy and make a difference to better yourself and better our world.
Looking into the future makes you appreciate now. It's all you have, all you'll ever have. Something that the last couple of years has brought home to me very powerfully. In spite of all the challenges, personal and global, life is precious. I hope the future me will be walking through the Deans near my house every day, admiring the way the trees bend into the wind, spread out their new green leaves in spring and summer, become still and dignified through the fall, starkly beautiful in the bare bones of winter. I wish to take part in these cycles for a bit longer, please.
Love is a many splendid things, that's it. Live life as you can, the best you can.
What an adventure life has been, and what a privilege. P.S. When the GR finally does catch up, another door will open, another adventure.